Thank you, Emoji J. I love that ending to that video intro. That gets me every time. Shout out to my admin Emoji J. Also, if you guys want to be guests on my show, feel free to contact Emoji J. He's going to be here in the comments talking to all of you guys. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you and welcome to Own It. Welcome to this featured hour that happens here exclusively on the Meet Me app every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I am Cicely, aka that Cuban girl, and this is your safe space for inspiration and to ultimately own who you are, to own the beauty of who you are as a person, as a brand, as a streamer. And if you're just watching and you're an audience member, then welcome too. This show is for everybody. My intention with my show and my streams is to include everyone, to have this be a safe space, a respectful space for everybody to share their stories, their struggles, and so we can all learn from each other. So with that said, I want to remind you all this is a featured show. So please be extremely respectful of the chat, of myself, of the guests. I do have wonderful bouncers on here that if you're not respectful, they will unfortunately kick you out of the chat. So we don't want that to happen. So just make sure you're loving and supportive. And if you don't vibe with the show, then you don't have to watch the show. But welcome to Own It, everybody. If you're just tuning in, this is Cicely, aka that Cuban girl, and this is the show where I use my experience in the entertainment industry to share with you tips, tools that I have learned in the last 10 years of modeling, acting, being a ring girl for boxing, TV host, what else? Former Miss Cuba, beauty queen, all of those things I've done before. I bring them to you here in this feature hour to share with you all things that I have learned, things that I use every day in my life. And my intention with this is that hopefully you guys can take away not just tips, but amazing vibes from me, from the guests, from the chat. Last week's episode was amazing. We had so much engagement in the comments. We had questions. We had so much going on, and I was just so excited because I truly love when I get to include you guys in the chat and actually interact when it has to do with the show, right? So, like, of course, out of respect for all my guests, I cannot address every single one of you. So, from as of right now, I just want to let you know that I totally see you. I appreciate your comments, your hearts, your love, your support, your gifts. But like I was saying, I can't acknowledge each and every single one of you because I am going to have two wonderful guests as I do every week, and I want to give them my undivided attention, right? But I do want to let you know at the end of the show, I am going to be not just shouting out the top supporters of the stream, but I'm going to also be making one of you guys my bouncer for the next week and welcoming you to this, community of my streams and these wonderful people. So if you feel like you want to support the show and have the opportunity of be a bouncer, then just support the show, but also make sure you support my guests as well. Okay, give them favorites and all of the above. What else? So what can you guys expect throughout the show today? And if you're just tuning in, welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour that happens here every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the Meet Me app with me, aka Cicely, that Cuban girl. What you can expect from the show today is three simple things, okay? You're going to hear from two of my guests. She's Queen Paloma and he goes by That Solution. So, welcome both to my show. I am so grateful that you're here. Then make sure that you stick around throughout the entire length of the show because I'm also going to be giving you the quote of the day and the tips of the day. It's usually one tip, but you guys know me. I love talking, so I usually give way more tips than I say I'm gonna do. So, hello, Dor. So yeah, you guys, make sure that you're respectful and make sure you stick around towards the very end of the show. Also, if you want to be a bouncer, then that's your way to to make bouncer on my stream. Okay. So, with that said, I want to let you know what the topic of today is. The topic of today's show is building your influence online. And I chose this topic for a couple of different reasons, right? First reason being, I usually love choosing topics based on the bios that my guests send me prior to the show. I usually ask them to send me a quick paragraph telling me about who they are, how long they've been streaming for, and so on and so forth. And so, because they both seem to have very clear goals on what they want here on the app and as streamers, I decided that it would be a great opportunity to talk about building your influence online because have um, they have amazing goals set for themselves, and I love that when I read about them and who they are. Right, so there are just many different ways to do this, and I am going to let them also just explain who they are and their story. And if you guys connect with them, make sure you check out their streams. Okay, so let me have the solution come on up first.
Hello, how are you? Hello, 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 hello.
Hi, I'm doing amazing. Welcome to Own It.
Thank you. This is the first time I've actually been on this show. So, I mean, not on it, but first time I've seen it. Emoji J brought it up to me, so felt like it was a good opportunity to put out who I am as a person to the app. So, I've been on the
Wow. Well, I love that.
since 2020. So, what was that? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say thank you so much for wanting to be a part of Own It and being wanting to
Mhm.
be here. I know we had it's been a tough week because I did not have my account until last night. So I was really glad that we were able to do the show today.
Yeah, you were saying that a little technical difficulties, but you got on it and we're here. So, cool. It's good.
Yeah,
Neat.
exactly. So you've been streaming since 2020, right? What made you stream the solution?
It actually just happened. I just got out of a bad relationship and I found the app. I think I was in like the dating section. Next thing you know, I was streaming and I took it as a joke at first, but then people started listening to me on my first account and I had this whole big family and I had a voice and I was like, I'm gonna spread good with this. I'm not gonna spread anything bad. So I had a family at on my first account. It wasn't this one. It was called the ALP. It was during the pandemic time, so it was called the love pandemic. So we're just spreading love instead of spread the sickness, all the hate. We were like, let's spread the love. Let's get the love out there and see what we could do. And it went pretty well on the first account.
I love that. So what can I ask you what happened to that account? You don't have to go into
Um,
details, but do you,
yeah. So I met someone off the app in Florida. I'm from Connecticut. I'm actually back home, and it didn't go so well. So I closed the account down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna start fresh, and I opened up the new account. And people know me as when I opened this one, I was untatted, even though my at name's still Dissolution. This was my original name. I was A lot of people know me as Untatted. When I first got on this stream, I was Untatted, and I just got back. I took a 10-month break, took care of my own life, and now I'm back on the app after 2 months. I just got back here, so
I love that. I love that so much. And welcome back. I'm a newer streamer myself. I've only been streaming since the end of June this year.
mhm,
I wish I would have found the app in 2020, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. But I
absolutely.
love asking like streamers who've been streaming for a couple of years or more, like what's like the thing that keeps you coming back to streaming?
It's not the diamonds. It's definitely not the diamonds. It's definitely the interactions, the people. It's just seeing how you could take one little thing, a joke, or because my stream's all over the place. I could be joking around, being silly, being crazy, singing, or it's those times where someone comes in with a problem and you're able to literally change their day and influence that I didn't even know I even had in myself, that I'm able to help these people, friends that I've gained, and the friendships and the bonds. That's the best part about this app. That's why I wouldn't go to another platform, because it doesn't have that connection like the Meet Me Live community.
100%, I agree with you with that. So you told me on your bio, I have it right here. Where is it? Hold on. You told me that your goal is to be a top streamer, but most importantly, you want to help other streamers. to like you said, with love and inspire and all of that, right?
Absolutely. And I've always been about that. When I first got on here, I actually went up pretty quick. I gained 10 million diamonds in 10 weeks. Like I said, it ain't about the diamonds. Once I hit that mark, I literally took. I was like, I don't need to stream as much now. I have the voice I was looking for. I don't need to have billions of diamonds. It's not about that. So I took my influence, what I knew, how I did it, and I went to different streams where people were struggling, and I would say, "Hey, why don't you twerk this a little bit, change this a little bit? Why don't you try some lighting?" Just giving them tips and trying to help them out, or just being there in their stream to help them. And it did help a lot of people. I do like doing that, helping other new streamers, and I in the future I want to have a show where like people who don't have a voice on this app or don't know how to stream or get their voice out there, or people who they look at them differently, or you're not accepted by us. I want them to be able to put their voice out there and tell the people what they're about, and maybe it'll help them out too. So
And that's a beautiful way to build your influence, right? As an online personality, it's first and foremost like to help others that are trying to do the same, because ultimately it's all about connection. We talked about this in my last episode. It's all about connecting and building community and building relationships, right? So that's a beautiful way to build influence. I love that. Hi, you guys, quick pause. If you're just like tuning in right now, welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour with me, that Cuban girl, and you're wondering, who is this girl? What is this show all about? Well, little quick intro about myself. I've been in the entertainment industry for 10 years, modeling, acting, doing beauty pageants, and TV hosting. And so I am a newer streamer. I've been streaming on this app for about 7 months now. And my goal with Own It, it's simply to bring my experience from the entertainment industry to the streaming community to help you become the best version of yourself. Whether you want to be a better host, you want to learn how to market yourself better, how to have more influence. Like today, we're talking about. Hopefully, you can relate. If it's not to me, you can relate to either one of my guests that I have every Tuesday. So, thank you, The Solution, for being here. What else?
yeah,
The Solution. What do you were you the one who mentioned to me that you wanted to create a show on here?
yeah. I always had show ideas. I do want to create a show. Um, Either two I would want to create, or like two things I've experienced. So I went through an addiction issue in the past. That's why I did take my break. When I found streaming, I kind of got addicted to a substance, and it just took a hold of me. And so now I have a better aspect of that. So maybe a show about helping people with addiction, or have people jump in the box who overcame the addiction, to help people watching who are dealing with the same addictions or similar ones, or a show where inspiring streamers, new people on the app, just people who've been on here maybe even for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and they just don't get. They sit in their stream and they just don't get their voice out there. No one real looks at them. No one sees them. Maybe something like that. I always want to do like a unique show showing their qualities.
No, and I love that because we need more streams, more shows like that these days to help people, inspire people, and to share even just by sharing our experiences. I feel like other people can relate and kind of take inspiration from that and tools.
Yeah, absolutely. There used to be another show on here that featured it, but she's actually no longer on here. But it was a featured show. Her name was Charisma, and it was called a day at the another day at a time or something. I forget the exact name, but it would help people, inspire them, and help them for like. But yeah, there definitely needs to be more shows like that on here for sure.
Somebody said I'm new here and I'm enjoying it. We're so glad that you're here and that you're enjoying.
Yes.
Margaret XOXO, thank you for being on the show and for listening to us. You guys, also a quick reminder. Thank you so much for being here and for the support and the favorites. And please make sure you favorite The Solution. You give him love. You check out his streams. And if you guys want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is write on the chat, and then we will share the conversation with you. If you have questions or anything like that. I am going to be bringing you both back in the box at the very end of the show if you're
Okay.
around still for final thoughts. But I just want to ask you The Solution. So, how do you feel you can, because we already talked about you helping other people and
Hmm.
inspiring them, and it not being about the diamonds, but how do you feel there are other ways that you can influence people online?
Other ways you can influence them. I'm not too sure about that. What do you mean exactly? Other ways you could
Like, what do
influence
you think?
their
What do you think? What do you think? Let me rephrase the question. What do you think a streamer on here should have in order to like be able to influence other people on here? Like, just one quality that you think.
just just being able, like, the whole reason my page is what it is. So I just want to explain this really quick, and it kind of breaks down the answer too. So when people, I'll jump in the stream and they say, "Oh, the solution's here. What's your solution?" And I go, try to explain to them that it's in my bio, but I'm not the solution. My stream is pretty much the solution. I'm just me. The solution to any problem, anything in life, it be drugs or breakup, or you're just going through something, a real rough time, you got hit by a storm, lost everything. If you take that issue and you give it 100% love, then you have your solution. Because when you put 100% love into something, you're making sure that you're taking care of it. You're making sure that you're on top of it, that it's getting the attention it needs. So my that's why my name is the solution 100% love, because that is the solution to pretty much a lot of issues in life. So
I love that. I love that you're doing that. Is there anything else you want to like say or plug in your show or anything before I let you go? I'm gonna be bringing you back later, but anything else you want to
yeah,
share?
I stream all the time. I get serious like this at times when I need to, but most of the time I'm joking around, singing, laughing. I freestyle rap. I pretty much do a lot of stuff in my stream. So we're just there to have a good time, vibe out, and just enjoy the day.
I love that. No, and I love that you do really fun streams. And I love that you're also here today because people get to actually know you a little better too, right? Because on my
Hmm.
streams also, I'm doing like random things like all the time, like talking and dancing or whatever. But I feel like during this hour, people actually get to know me, which is pretty cool. So I really enjoy talking to you. Thanks for being here.
You too. Thank you for having me on the show, and everyone enjoy your day. Thank you.
Of course. I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right, my loves, if you're just tuning in right now, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments, for the love, for the favorites, for the gifts. I appreciate you all. I hope you're having a wonderful, phenomenal holiday season, as you should. It doesn't matter what you may be going through, just remember you're loved and you matter. And there are people here, especially in this community, that have your back and that want to hear from you. And like, if you're bored, you can just turn on the camera and stream. And if you've never streamed before, just give it a shot. It might be the best thing you've done in a while. I've made really awesome friends on here. So I truly appreciate you all being here. Thank you for tuning in. This is Own It. This is your featured hour with me, that Cuban girl. And this is the hour where we talk about owning who we are, owning the uniqueness of who we are, ultimately just becoming the best versions of ourselves. I'm a firm believer that in order to become the best versions of ourselves, we also have to share, connect with others, and learn from other people. And that's the main reason why I have guests on the show, because I want to hear from other people. I want to hear their experiences, what they've been through, and how they've been able to overcome and do what they do on the platform today, right? So if you would like to be a guest on my show, please make sure that you hit up Emoji J. He's here in the comment section. Just send him a message and he will add you to the guest list. Okay. I would love to get to know you. I always have guests every single Tuesday. And so, just a reminder, guys, the topic of today's episode, by the way, this is episode 16. I am so excited. We've done 16 shows since we started with the first run of the show. So excited. So, today's topic is building your influence online, like how we can build our influence online. And just so you guys know, I see you all in the chat. I'm on the computer, so I see every single chat, every single um, comment, and I love all the interactions. Thank you so much. So, today's topic is building your influence online, and I'm going to give you the quote of the day, right? So you can expect the quote of the day. And then later on, after my second guest, I'm going to be giving you the tip of the day and kind of wrapping up the whole conversation. But the reason I chose, building your influence online is because last week's episode, we talked about Instagram, right? And how to utilize your Instagram, your social media better. So today I wanted to help you kind of put all of those concepts together, right? Because I feel like it's very important for us to really understand, especially if we're streamers, right? How we can influence other people, because even if you only have 5, 10 followers, that doesn't matter. Those are 5 or 10 people that you're still influencing at some level because they watch you. So it doesn't matter the number of people that watch you, as you know, even if you have one person that watches you, whatever you're putting out there, you're influencing them into something, into even just listening to you. So it's so important that we're aware, especially as streamers or like public figures, influencers, whatever, that we're aware of the influence that we have on other people. So the quote that I chose for today is a quote that I heard and I loved, because it's all about influence and leadership. Okay, so it goes: leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. So leadership is all about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. So that's true influence, right? That's true, like true influence and true impact is when, even when you're not around, what uh foot what footprints have you left behind that people still feel your presence and they feel like your influence ultimately. So for me on the show, when it comes to Own It, it has been so important to keep it positive, inspiring, to bring value to you every week. So you guys, whether you're streamers or not, because it doesn't really matter, even if you're just sitting at home watching, I'm sure that any of these tips or even just the community can help you connect or in your everyday life, right? So I thought that quote was very insightful for me. It resonated. So without further ado, I am going to ask my second guest to join the box now. Her name is Queen Paloma, and she's Hispanic, just like me, which I love. We got girl Latin representation here. And excuse me, she's also a streamer. She loves singing, dancing, karaoke, and loves Halloween. So we're going to talk a little bit more with her about who she is and everything she wants to do. Welcome, Paloma.
Hi, how are you today? Nice to finally meet you, Kawana. Hey,
Hi.
here. Yeah, I specifically brought D White to be maybe on your next show if you like. Yeah, just because he's also trying to get his name out there. And I'm not sure if I should start now or if you have questions, but
Introduce yourself.
introduce myself. Well, I'm 26 years old. I started this app when I was actually, well, I was 24. I had just turned 24. So 2 years ago, I've been on this platform, long story short. And well, my purpose, I feel like being here really honestly, because when I first started this app, there was a lot of people who try to break me down, who try to, literally, I think, take me from this app. You know what I'm saying? And so I've had to learn, with so many bad people in here, you know what I'm saying, to just keep going, no matter what people try to do to break you down, to just uplift yourself and do you, because that's the best thing you could do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I love, honestly, the title of your show, Own It, because it's just so, like, like, being so, strong and, in control, you know what I'm saying? And just confident with who you are, you know what I'm saying? So I love like everything that what you're doing here, honestly.
Oh, thank you. No, you're so sweet. And I love that, because that's the whole point of the show, right? To show every single one of us here that we can all own who we are. Excuse me. We're all unique in our own ways. It doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter what my background is or yours or the solutions background. We all come together at the end of the day in this beautiful community. And we're doing it by owning who we are. I've talked to so many guests on my show that are so different, but they all have one thing in common. We all stream because we want
Mhm.
to connect, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, thank you for saying that. What's like the one thing that you think you have owned up the most?
I think honestly, it's like my, I don't know, like my personality and my connections to others in a way, because long story short, thank you so much, by the way, for the gift and everybody else. But long story short, I think it's really honestly like being strong minded to be here and continuing to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? To just, entertain no matter what is happening in my life and to be strong for other people. Because in my stream, most importantly, in my stream, most importantly, I get people, gathered to be not only, watching me as a streamer and being entertained, but really, be emotionally like connected to each other, to just like literally like you could be in therapy with me, So thank you so much, Jason. But yeah, so definitely, like Jason is one of my, my loves. I got Ray in here. I got well, D White has been somebody that he has his own thing going on, but he definitely has been like he's a really good sport. Like everything he does is like awesome, honestly. So if you have him in your show, I think you would love him too.
I love
But
it. No, I definitely will.
yeah.
I want you guys to please contact Emoji J and like just send them a quick message and tell them you want to be on the show, D White and Jason. I appreciate the support on the stream. I truly do. I love seeing not just for me, but like for my guests. It's all about connecting and getting to know each other and putting each other out there. That's the main goal of feature shows ultimately is to for all of us to be put in the radar and like get out there and like share our voice, right? So um I want to thank you all, and quick pause, thank you for like showing up, for being on the stream, for tuning in. I appreciate you all. I see all the love and the support, and welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour with me, that Cuban girl. This happens every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Pacific time. And this is a show where all I do is I bring my experience from the entertainment industry. Sorry, guys, I forgot to mute the gives. Um, I bring my experience from the entertainment industry to you guys to help you to share tips, but also not just about me, to bring guests so we can all share what we're about, right? To with everybody else. So, with that said, and seeing all the love on the stream, I do want to remind you at the very end of the show, stick around, especially if you've been gifting, because I will make you my bouncer if you're my number one gifter, just to show appreciation. And so stick around and let's see who that gets to be. But Paloma, so I love everything you're about. You seem to be a super positive person, and you bring your friends, and I love that about you. Do you think that your influence on the app has helped you like outside?
Honestly, this has been in a way like everything for me. When I first started this app, honestly, I never knew that you could even get gifted. When I first started this, like the actual live streaming section, I first started dancing, and believe it or not, my first live stream was a good one too. Like maybe it wasn't diamonds or anything like that, but I had the hearts, the comments, everything going, So for me, honestly, like it's not only, I'm not only here to make diamonds, I think in a way, like with the top badge or not, anybody could be, you know what I'm saying, like be top badge. You know what I'm saying? We're all top badge in a way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody needs that badge just to be great. You know what I'm saying? So like, well, long story short, I just think that well, I don't know, because you were asking about my influence on others. So like, what do you mean like
Like, do
specific?
you
If
think
you
your
don't.
influence or your experience on the app as a streamer has helped you outside of here?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think with everything you do, it influences you. You know what I'm saying? And as you evolve, that comes with you. You know what I'm saying? So this definitely has been a life experience for me, especially because I've never been on like a TV show like you, or I've never been a model or anything like that. So I've literally had to like do these things by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like figure out how to make a flyer, figure out how to like bring people in to the point where, they love me so much that they're here like Jason, I love you so much, Jason. I see your comment, by the way. And yeah, like, so I'm always like, trying to be one step, like, always going forward, never back, never back. Yeah.
I love that. And Jason's so sweet. I just favorite all the three top gifters, your friends. Thank you for being here. No, I totally relate to that. And for me personally, one of my favorite things about the live streaming community is because I have been around like the Hollywood scene and all of that. There's a big difference when you're dealing with people or sharing with people, connecting with people that are normal. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a beauty in that because you feel like we're all the same. There's no separation, and that's my favorite thing. And also you feel like you're always pouring and people are always pouring into you. And I think there's such a humbleness to the online streaming community that, like, personally I haven't found outside in the entertainment industry, especially in LA. I live in LA and it's so competitive and people are so out for themselves. And like
Yeah.
I've always felt like an outsider when I've booked things and jobs because I'm usually the one that's like welcoming and open,
Yeah.
and sometimes people think you're weird if you're like that, if you're in the entertainment industry. So I honestly love this opportunity to be here.
Yeah, and I feel like one thing I find is that some people try to take advantage of you, of your niceness and the and especially when they see that, they just try to eat you alive. So I feel like people like me and you, I feel like, we deserve a lot of props. Well, I'm not sure about you, but I feel like, just speaking for us, I in a way I do really understand what you were saying. I'm not sure if you understand my point of view right now, but yeah, definitely.
No, I get it. And I just want to address a comment real quick. I didn't mean to say normal. Of course, we're all normal. Somebody said, "Or do you consider yourself a normal person?" Of course, I'm a normal person. What I mean is, I don't mean any offense to anybody. I just meant like, if you there's so many streamers on here that would never be streaming if it weren't because they're trying to connect with people. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the background that I come from, people are not really trying to connect. They're only connecting because they are doing something in front of a camera, and that's why they're connecting. Whereas here, it's like a different dynamic. And so, like, of course we're all normal. That's how it
Yeah.
should be, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like, and I understand what you're saying. I think, yeah, your background is actually, like more professional. You guys, I think, get paid to actually be there, and here we have to curate it. You know what I'm saying? So it's more, real time, real life, real experiences and motions, so yeah, so this is a great thing that you're doing, honestly. I hope to have a future show sometime too, or something like that. But I've been trying my best to just play with what I know or what's best, So this coming up year, like my plans are to try my best to, have, something like this or just have like an actual thing going on. I tried to start Motivational Monday, but to be honest, I feel like sometimes I wasn't like just in general, like yesterday, to be honest, um I like didn't show for the Motivational Monday. So that's like a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to be committed. So everything you do, I honestly really give you props, because that's everything I've been trying to do for so long, so
well, thank you, but I want you to know you can totally do it, and it starts with committing. Like, honestly, it
yeah.
starts with, that's the hardest thing, it's committing. But once you're committed and you're in it and you're like, okay, well, now I have a feature show, that means I need to be there. And like, of course, there's emergencies happen. Like Jason, not Jason, sorry, that solution, I got you. He said that he had to go, he had an emergency, and like emergencies happen. And of course, if you have a feature show, you have an emergency, you can't show up. That's totally understandable. But if this is something you want to do, I highly encourage you, because there are people that need more feature shows and to connect, and it needs to be more of us sharing positivity and tips and good things with other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Well,
like, so
oh, sorry, you were saying?
no, no, go ahead.
No, my bad. I cut you off.
So, you guys, I just want to make a quick pause and say thank you for tuning in. If you're just tuning in to Own It, this is my show with that Cuban girl. I am that Cuban girl. And this is your show, Own It. This is your feature hour every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, where we all get to share experiences, talk about our struggles, talk about our streaming goals, and I help you become a better host. I help you brand or market yourself better, and so we can all become the best versions of ourselves by truly owning who we are, right? Like, I've had so many moments on this show where I've been really vulnerable with you guys, and it's all about like owning it, like owning what we go through, owning everything. And that's the beauty of the streaming community and what we're doing here, you know. So in today's show, just a little rundown of everything that's happening, okay? Make sure you stick around to the very end of the show, because to my number one supporter of the stream, I am going to be welcoming you into the bouncer community of my stream. For the next week, you're going to get to be a bouncer just for me saying thank you for being here and supporting the show. And then also, today's topic is building your influence online. So that's what we're talking about. I think is very important to for us as streamers, or if you're not a streamer but you're a person who you maybe have a small business or something where like you need to have a presence and influence online. We also know how to do it professionally, and we know how to do it in a healthy way per se, right? Because there's a lot of people sharing influence in not the best way, and like I'm all about sharing influence in the best way that I can, because I try to be my best version every day, right? So I'm going to give you, before I go back to you, Paloma, hold on. I'm going to give you the tip of the day with that said, okay? And thank you for the gifts, you guys. Thank you for the support to my guest. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts. It makes me so happy when the stream has so much support. I see you all. So the tip of the day about influence in the online world, right? The first thing I would recommend you do is know your audience, right? Like, you have to know who you're talking to, whether this is on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, meet me, anywhere. You have to know who you're talking to. Like Paloma was saying, like her first stream was dancing. So was mine. Because it was like the easiest thing to do. But then as I kept streaming, I realized a lot of people, like the needs of my particular audience, right? So like I figured, yeah, they like when I dance sometimes because it's fun and entertaining, but they also really enjoy when I have meaningful conversations with them on my stream, and they feel like cared. And you know, you kind of have to know who you're talking to and kind of follow the flow of your streams or the flow of your social media, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is like build a brand. Like build, like ultimately, if you're trying to create influence online, build a brand, and that's simply who you are. Like, who are you? Ask yourself 5 questions. Like, what do you like? Like, what do you like to talk about, to do? And that's your brand ultimately. So listen and respond. Basically, what I've been doing here the whole time today, it's I've been listening to you guys, responding to comments, responding um to my guests, right? And then just share quality content and quality streams. Like, make sure you're never ignoring people. Make sure that you're always talking to the stream and not like, you know, like looking away or not there. Like, that's just not professional in any setting. Like, think about streaming also as like you're also in a job. Even though it's not a job, it shouldn't feel like a job, but it's like when it comes to being professional, it should always be professional, you know, like, so treat it as such. And then, you know, reach out to other streamers and friends so you can build community. Be on feature shows like Paloma and Da Solution did today. Try to connect and, you know, build community, and just provide expertise and add value to the people that are listening to you. So like for me, that means own it, right? So like I'm bringing everything I've done in the last 10 years, I'm bringing it to own it as an expert, right? Because it's something I've done, so I'm bringing it to you guys, and every week different topics of different things, right? So like add value to your viewers. Like, we are all unique. We all have something that we can own up and share with other people. We all have a skill that we can share with others. So that's my tip of the day. Um, Thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you all tuning in. Paloma, so what are your besides your, like, you wanted to have your show on here and everything, what's like your goal when it comes to streaming?
Honestly, my goal has like, well, since I met this, honestly, I feel, well, in a way that this is an opportunity long term, you know? So honestly, I will never stop streaming now. Even like in the dating world, it has been really hard too, you know, because nobody want like there, I mean, like most of the time, especially, if the man has insecurities, it's very hard to date somebody because they look at like just live streaming or this type of, they don't understand what we do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not sure if you understand or not, but yes. So, I mean, for me, I think my goals with live streaming, just in general, long term, is just taking it with me wherever I go. Like whether that is because originally when I first started this as well, was because well, before COVID, to be honest, and all these things that were happening, I was just about to get ready to go to college, and I was a host, like I was a hostess for, a restaurant. And when I saw this and all the interactions, I saw this as an opportunity to not only be here, dance, and like, have this as a hobby, but to also to like, play with myself and grow, because my major in college is communications, and I've always wanted to be a public speaker. So long story short, for me, this is something that I'll always continue to do, because I really do think that it helps, you with a lot of things, whether you want it or not. Like there's people that come to your stream and, give you good and positive feedback, and it's up to you to take, the good or positive feedback, whatever that, sounds, you know what I'm saying? Like if someone tells you something negative, whether it's true or not, it's up to you to either maybe in a way, take that advice or not. You know what I'm saying? So I think everything here, whether it's good or bad, it's like for a purpose, honestly. And so I honestly thank God, and I always call it the meet me gods. I I call it the meet me gods and God, and I thank God for this, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. I love hearing you say that. Yeah, it's a very special thing, and I highly encourage you, if you like communications and if you like this, to go and get your show and just commit to it. Like, I think it'll give you the confidence you need to do it, because I think a lot of times we talk ourselves out of doing things that are going to be good for us out of fear. Like, we tend to sabotage.
Yeah.
And if this is something you're really called to and you feel it in your heart you want to do, just go ahead and do it and don't even think about it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like barriers within myself, I'm not sure if you understand, but that I need to like get over and just conquer. And so with this as well has, showed me all of those things that I need to work on, so
And
yeah.
that's the beauty of it. And don't be so harsh on yourself, because you're already becoming aware that you need to work on those things. But we all have things we need to work on. The person you see here today confidently speaking to you was not the same person 5 years ago. Like, I was also very insecure and I had issues with confidence, which is why I love teaching confidence now, because this didn't happen overnight. It happened over practice. And it's only through practice and putting yourself out there that you can truly overcome and become confident, so you can do the things you actually feel passionate about. Because if you don't take that first step, then you will never end up doing the things you're passionate about out of fear, and you're just going to end up doing the things you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, that's what I need to. I need to get out of my comfort zone. So you're definitely right on that one. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I'm taking too much of your box or not, but I really do appreciate your time.
No, we have time. You know what? Because usually I bring both my guests at the very end, but the solution had to go. Also, I want to know if Jason's still here. He said he had to run out, but as of right now, he's my number one supporter of the stream. So, like, if he still is my number one before the show ends, then he gets to be bouncer. But I can make you bouncer if you're not here live.
Oh, it's okay. Jason literally just came here to support, so it's fine.
That's
Yeah.
really sweet of I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Margaret said, I think I'd start an artwork painting stream. Yeah, you should. Don't
So
limit
that's
your challenges, challenge your limits. 100%, Peter. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the
oh,
love and
oh
support.
dang, number one gifter now. This stream. She wants to
Uh,
be a bouncer.
I love that. Well, hey, I did say it, whoever supported the stream gets to be bouncer, and I keep my word. So yeah, so Paloma,
Aw.
anything else you want to like mention, you want to say, you want to share with us?
Um, Honestly, I said, I feel like, well, I am one thing that I want to say about myself is that, I mean, I guess just giving a positive feedback to myself, because I felt like maybe I was talking to you about myself really harsh, is that no matter what, I am really proud of myself, that no matter what has happened in my life, I still, I still have managed to be here, no matter if maybe I'm not fully, sometimes committed, like, because I know it's just like sometimes a lot in life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it takes a lot of practice, I feel like, to be the person that you are, or an actor, or anything in the, social media world, it takes a lot. So
But
yeah.
it does take a lot, but I would say like more importantly, because truthfully, if you ask me, like I would rather do this full time. To be completely honest with you, I love streaming so much. I love doing this so much. I would rather, like, actually one of my dreams and goals is to have my own talk show, because this is like what I truly love. So, I would say, like, don't look at people like I'm no different than you. You know what I mean? I just have more experience. That's the only difference. But 10 years ago, I was I was super young, moved to LA, searching for a dream, and I all I did was put myself out there. I knew nothing, but like it's the
You're
same
my age
thing.
too? That's what's up. I Sorry to interrupt you, but you're my age too, right? You're 26 years old? When is your birthday, if you don't mind me asking?
My birthday's in May.
In May? Are you a Taurus or Gemini?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, we got a Taurus baby. But sorry, I think I went off subject, but
No, it's okay. It's okay. And thank you, Margaret, for saying that. I love that you love the show. Thank you, Scorpio baby, for loving the show as well and supporting. And you guys, if you're new and you're just tuning in, welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour with me, that Cuban girl. Feel free to connect with me also on Instagram and on YouTube and all of that. You can just look for that Cuban girl. And I always, always, always text you back. I always DM you back as long as you're respectful. Even if it takes me a day or two, I always, check my hidden messages and everything. And I always try to like genuinely connect with all of you. So the support, the love, the questions are all welcome on my social media. And I just want to say, like, I see you all. It means a lot to me that you're all here supporting the show every single Tuesday. And just welcome to Own It. And like, if you're new on my stream, make sure you favor me, you favor my guest Paloma, Queen Paloma. Um, Own It is all about ultimately owning who you are and becoming the best version of yourself. So we do that in different ways. My guests do that in different ways. I do it in different ways, but ultimately we all come together because we're all part of this beautiful community. So that's the one thing we all share and we all have in common. That's why we're streamers, right? We share the
Mhm.
streaming community, and we all want to connect ultimately. So that's a beautiful thing about it. I appreciate you, Paloma. Um,
Yeah,
for being
definitely.
here. And I want to really, truly encourage you and anybody else who's on the chat right now who's thinking about either streaming, or you have a dream, or you have a business you want to open, or something you want to share on social media, or like Paloma, you want to have your feature show. I highly encourage you to just get out of your fear and do it, because you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it. The more, the first day I did Own It, Emoji J was here. My first run of the show, I had no idea what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, none of us know what we're doing, but with practice, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, the more second nature. So all you have to do is put yourself out there.
Yeah, I just want to say big shout outs to D White in here. Big shout outs to my love Ray, if you're still in here, and anyone else who came to my side. Jason left. I appreciate all you guys being in here though, and big shout outs to Cubana for having this show and thinking of this, because without her we wouldn't be here. So big shout outs to you, Cubana. And yeah, like I said, I'm if anything, I want to say that I'm proud of all of us, for coming out here, for commenting, for being here, you know what I'm saying? Because without all of you guys too, we wouldn't, have these comments. So I appreciate everything, like right now. So I just want to say big shout outs to everyone in here too. Okay.
1000%. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. Have an amazing rest of your evening or your afternoon, wherever you are. And thank you for being here. We're going to continue to connect outside
Yeah.
of here. So I appreciate you
Yeah, make
taking it.
sure to save me. I'm actually here in the area, like almost right next to you, girl. So a lo mejor maybe we could talk to
Yeah,
each
we
other
can get
sometime in real
together.
life.
Yeah, great. I love that. Okay,
Okay,
my love.
Martha, I'm gonna get out of your box now. Have a great day, rest of the day. May God bless you. Bye.
Thank you, you too. And thank you, you guys. Whoever came to support Paloma, thank you so much for showing up, for supporting her, the stream. I truly appreciate you all. Somebody said something. Oh, okay. Somebody was asking me, are you the Cowboys Cuban girl on Instagram? No. And I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot to switch the title for the show. Actually, that was an auction that I did 2 weeks ago, and Cowboy won my name change. And because I haven't been able to stream since last Tuesday, because I was having technical difficulties on my own stream, I couldn't log into my account. I couldn't change the name and everything. But I also, thank you, I go by That Cuban Girl. So not Cowboys Cuban Girl, That Cuban Girl. So I apologize for that. Just look me up on Instagram. My Instagram is here on my Meet Me profile. Just click on the logo and connect with me. I'm on YouTube as That Cuban Girl. And yeah, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate the support and everything. Um, thank you. I see all the comments, all the gifts. Do not leave yet, because we still do have a couple of minutes to go, and I do want to close it with like closing thoughts about, just to wrap up the show a little bit and everything we've talked about and gone over, right? First of all, I appreciate you all so much for being here, for owning it, right? Owning who you are sometimes takes being vulnerable. It takes being honest. It takes asking for help. It takes opening up your mouth and talking, right? And sharing and connecting. So for me, owning who you are has many layers. It never looks the same. And so I love what Paloma was talking to me about, because she said, oh, like a person like you, I just want you guys to truly understand that it takes time, practice, and willingness to get out of your comfort zone, to be confident. Even if you're not a streamer and you're just home watching this because you just watch and support and you don't stream, I'm sure that there are areas in your life where you need the confidence. You need to be able to get out of your shell. So you don't need to be a streamer to take in the tips and the inspiration and the knowledge from all of us here, right? This is what this is truly all about, and what owning it is truly all about. It's definitely about whoever you are, you just own it. That's all you have to do, because otherwise all you're doing is denying who you are, and you can never get anywhere if you keep denying who you are. And so, like, for what, in regards to what Paloma was saying a little bit earlier, like, she's been a little bit afraid to start the show and all of that, and in a way she's denying who she is, because the reason we always want to do something is because deep down we are being put that idea and that desire to express who we are, right? So if you by you not doing what you feel and what you already know you want to do, you're denying who you are. And that's why a lot of people end up being unhappy, or at jobs that they don't like. And so I just want to encourage you all today to really think about the things that you want to be, the things that you need to do to get out of your comfort zone, to truly own who you are. Ask yourself, like, who am I? What do I like? If you don't know who you are, that's fine. You can ask yourself, like, what are the 5 things or the 3 things that define me? Like, what do I like to do? What do I enjoy in my free time? And that's gonna help you understand and own who you are, um I love it. I had a streamer like you to help me stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate all the comments. Peter, thank you. Everyone on here, thank you so much for being here. So Solo, we can talk later when I'm in my actual stream and not on the feature hour, because I don't want you to feel that way, okay? But yeah, you guys, so thank you for tuning in today, for being on the show, for owning who you are, for just being here. Um with that, I just want to close by saying that when it comes to creating influence in the online world, or anywhere, right? But especially if you're trying to share who you are, you're basically speaking to the person you were 10 years ago. So like if you are in doubt ever as to like what's my skill, what's my influence, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, I don't even know who I am, just ask yourself like 10 years ago, who were you 10 years ago and what did you wish somebody would have told you or taught you 10 years ago? Like what would you say to that version of yourself? And so like that's what I do with the show, right? Like I help you guys as if you guys are like who I was 10 years ago. Like I needed all of this 10 years ago and I didn't have it. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Before I go, I am going to be mentioning and shouting out my top supporters of the stream today. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am looking at the support right now, and you guys are amazing. I hope it comes back to you 10 times, and I'm very grateful. So, thank you so much, Annie. On number 10 is The Solution. Number 9 is Peter. Number 8 is Massachusetts. I couldn't, she's got, sorry, I can't really see your username, but it says, it's like a little star. So thank you. You're number 8. Number 7, Louie. Hi, Louie. Thank you. Number 6, Dar. My streamer friend. Everybody go favorite Dar. He's amazing. Number 5, D White. Thank you, D White. I appreciate you. I favored you. Number 4, Queen P. Is that Queen Paloma? I can't tell, but it says Queen. I think it's Queen Paloma. Thank you, my love. Number 3 is, oh guys, sorry, there we go. Vegan Witch. Thank you, Vegan Witch, for the support. I appreciate you. Number 2 is Jason. Thank you. Number 1, you're my number 1. Wow, is Scorpio Baby. Thank you so much, Scorpio Baby, for the support. I appreciate you so much. Let me try and close this window. I was so scared it was going to close. Guys, I'm on my computer. I am not using to, like, I'm not used to using my computer for the show. So every time I touch a button, I'm like, I hope it doesn't end the stream like it happened last week. So anyways, to my number 1 gifter, which is Scorpio Baby, congratulations. You have become my newest bouncer. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much. Get it, Scorpio. Yay. So now every time I go live, you are my bouncer. I would love to get to know you more as well. So thank you for the support. Thank you for being here, you guys. Please connect with me on Instagram. Connect with me on YouTube. I would love to get to know you all. Thank you, Margaret, for the congratulations. And if you want to be a guest on my show the following weeks, make sure you hit up Emoji J. He's on the comment section right now. So make sure you hit up Emoji J and you contact him. And so thank you to my guests, That Solution and Paloma, for being here today. Make sure you tune in next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time here on your favorite feature show. Hold on, I'm going to do a video before I go. Own it! I'm going to do a little video. Woo! Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support. You have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and I love y'all. Bye. Thank you, Vegan Witch. I appreciate you. Bye, my loves.